Hi, welcome back to Right at the Wire, and today we're going to be covering the Robert E. Lewis Stakes, a Derby prep at Santa Anita. And right off the bat, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not sure why we should even bother. There's only 4 horses in it. They're all trained by Bob Baffert, so it's kind of a paid workout for his stable. Really, the only other thing is that they do kind of look like the JV of his usual 3-year-old horde. A few of them need work. So I guess this is just paid training. Really, what they could have done is just had a shake, found a horse, put him in the winner's circle, give Baffert the check, take the picture, and be done with it, because that's pretty much what this amounts to. And really kind of shameful that the other California trainers couldn't come up with a field of competition so we can evaluate the Bafferts against other 3-year-olds. And but nevertheless, done pontificating. This is what we have, so we have to deal with it. So let's take a look at the race. Okay, the Bob Lewis is a 1.16 miles, grade 3 for 3-year-olds. As we mentioned, and I'll try not to to add to the nauseum of this one, but all 4 candidates in this race are trained by Bob Baffert, so it's pretty much practice for that stable. Just looking at this group, it kind of looks like Baffert's JV, but you never know. One of these might put on a show and really take a significant move forward. Probably the most likely candidate to do so is Arabian Lion. He is a May 3-year-old, and always important to note on the Derby Trail May 3-year-olds, because they're behind the curve growth-wise. So if they show some ability early as they start, just remember that they haven't grown into themselves likely yet. So they've shown a lot of precocity. So when that growth spurt does happen, which could be later along the Derby Trail, you should get some significant improvement. So that's something to always have in the back of your mind when you're evaluating a 3-year-old. This one in particular the talent is certainly there. This one has some speed. You can't get a 92 buyer on your first asking maiden unless you have some ability. But the big question to me is the lack of fight that this one has shown, particularly around 2 turns. In the Los Al Futurity, he didn't look like he wanted any part of 2 turns. As soon as they collared him, he backed right up and was done for. Now, he may not have liked the track. There could be other reasons for that. But the fact that in his second effort against Giant Mischief, he also backed up and basically let Giant Mischief go right on by. So I wonder about the heart with this one. But who knows? Maybe this is the kind of race that could be a confidence builder. It could be a lot of things. But that's my question mark with Arabian Lion. I think he has talent, but I want to see a little more fight. Newgate has been moving along. He's making steady improvement. His last effort, he closed pretty well in the Shem. Only problem with it was only 5 horses, and again, 4 out of the 5 were Bafferts. So really kind of hard to evaluate. He does appear to be moving forward, and I think he'll probably make a pretty good impression here. I'd like to see him running a little closer towards the pace, but he may just be a late runner, and we'll see what Baffert has in store for him. But I think he's moving forward, and I think he's one to consider. Worcester's my pick in this race. He is definitely a 2-turn horse. He's by Empire Maker with Super Saver underneath, so 2 turns should be right in his wheelhouse. Is still a maiden, but has been keeping some pretty good company. Lost to Faustin in his initial start, and Hijazi in his second. And Hijazi is a very talented 3-year-old, another Baffert. We're not sure if he's a 2-turn horse yet, but he certainly has a lot of speed and a lot of talent. And Faustin's definitely a 2-turn horse, and we're definitely going to hear more from him. You can see he made a really significant jump from his first to his second start, buyer-wise. And with another move forward here, I think that definitely cements him as a Derby contender. We'll have to see, but I think 2 turns is definitely in his wheelhouse, and he's my pick, if you have to pick one of them. But hard to figure is another May 3-year-old, but looks like really below average as far as a Baffert 3-year-old, and you kind of get the feeling he just kind of sort of put him in here to fill out the field. His buyers are well below what the others have demonstrated. Moreover, he looks to be more of a sprinter type. His dam has been 0 for 12 in dirt routes. Has done okay on the turf, but that is something to note. And so maybe 2 turns isn't exactly what this one wants. But the main thing is that I haven't seen enough improvement here to think that this one will factor in this race. So there you have it. There are the 4. Take it for what it is, and hopefully we'll see something in this race to give us a little hint at which one of these can be significant on the Derby Trail.